Welcome to ONNtv this Monday morning with Luann and Tim. How are you this morning, my friend?
Gray and gloomy.
Yes, it is. And
I'm not gray and gloomy.
No, I was just going to say, we had an awesome weekend, so we're good.
What a jam-packed.
It was busy.
Rotary Fest was nuts this weekend.
It was,
the parade was
You weren't
so much
having
fun.
any fun at the parade, I noticed. Poor Tim was like, all right.
Well, when Dancing Queen comes on, you just can't stop. You can't stop me.
No, you gotta go.
No, we were right. Actually, the float for Pridefest was for Sault Pride was right in front of the Comedy Guild float.
Oh
for
my gosh!
Promoting Mamma Mia.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I just kept running between the two.
That's funny.
Actually, I didn't really. I just waved at them because I was having too much fun on the Pridefest float.
Were you?
Well, the music was great. It was all
it's
they
just
put
fun.
together a great playlist. What did you watch from home?
I did.
Did you?
Also, Pridefest kicked off with you and your much better half, Keith, raising the flag at City Hall. You're welcome.
Everybody likes Keith better than me. Yeah, we raised the flag.
We raised it.
But they invited us. Well, I think I told you last week. That we just found out last week that we were invited to do that.
That's so awesome.
Wow.
Were you nervous?
No.
No, good. No, you know.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, look at.
Now, as you know, I have experience with poles.
Yes,
having
you pole dancer,
danced.
you.
But as far as raising flags up a pole, this was new to me. So, and then the mayor, his speech was made me cry.
Really?
Yes. And then Chief Stevenson, his speech was inspiring. He was talking about how there are 70 countries in this world where it's still against the law. It's a criminal offense to be homosexual, and that there are some countries that still will execute people because they are gay.
Isn't he an awesome speaker?
He is.
Yeah, we've been lucky to interview him a couple of times. He's just phenomenal.
And Monique Rowland was there from the city police, and she was super supportive as well. And I think she might have had a hand in some of the speech writing. But anyway, it was beautifully delivered. And then Terry Sheehan spoke as well. Christian and Ross Romano sent a message. He couldn't be there because of his schedule. So, and then the police. We never the flag raising goes up at City Hall, and then we all generally would walk down the sidewalk to the Bush Plane for the Loud and Proud Party, which is the family event at the Bush Plane. But this year, with Chief Stevenson in place, we got our first police escort. So
awesome! We
had and not just a police escort. There were auxiliary police officers and police officers in uniform. We had RCMP. We had OPP. Everybody was represented there, and in their uniforms.
Walking with you?
They walked all the way. They had hands on the huge pride flag walking down. We took 2 lanes of traffic on Bay Street.
That is so awesome.
And
look at us go to St. Marie, Toronto. They don't even want the police officers.
We wanted them. Oh no, my gosh, the support they give us is incredible. And they also have their police Velcro that goes across their vests. They have them in pride colors now.
That's awesome.
So they were all wearing these pride color police.
Good for them.
And Team Jacobs was there. Brad Jacobs and the whole team was there with their families and stuff. Because of course, Pridefest was launched out of, who's this? Oh, there's Chief Stevenson. You can see the rainbow police.
Oh, yes.
They all had those.
Oh, that looks so cool.
And it was back when the Sochi Olympics were going on, and there was discrimination against the gay athletes. So we asked.
Not Sochi, was it?
Wasn't it the Sochi?
Wasn't it the one before?
Oh, sorry, I might have said the wrong Olympics. Oops. Anyway, it was the Winter Olympics about 5 years ago.
In Russia.
It was Russia.
Yes.
Where's Sochi?
Sochi's in Japan.
Oh, never mind. It was in Russia. So there I am making a big political speech at City Hall, and I got the wrong Olympics. Anyway.
That's all good.
When other cities were flying the pride flag in solidarity with the gay Olympians, and we had gay Olympians in Russia, we asked City Council and Mayor Amoroso to fly the flag, and we were refused because they said we don't fly flags in protest. And we said, well, this is in solidarity, and they said 6 of one, half dozen of the other, potato, we're not flying the flag. So so people got upset, and that's when they formed Pridefest, and they decided they were going to have a Pride Day, and then they would have to fly the flag. And so now they do, but now they do it it's up for a whole week.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And no arguments.
No, and you know what? The mayor's really forward-thinking, I think. So it makes sense to me.
He certainly is. So that was Rotary Fest, Pride Fest, busy weekend.
Busy.
Rain though.
Yeah.
When that rain came down on Saturday, well, the rain wasn't bad for the parade, but then the night, I was thinking about stage 1 and stage 2, all the music.
I was thinking about that. Jim and I were just headed down there, and we were like, "Oh my goodness!"
But the Stampeders went on, obviously, because I saw pictures of them singing, so they were obviously performing. But I was thinking about Sean Antler and Megan Wigmore and all the work that the volunteers put into those shows.
I was thinking of Megan. I thought, oh God, she's out there
in the pouring rain.
You know what though? You got to make it work.
You can't dampen the spirit of Rotary Fest.
No, that's right.
No,
I mean, we're almost 100 years old, or are we?
100.
100.
Rotary Fest is 100 years old.
That's awesome.
And going down the parade, the number of people who were covered in the color blast stuff.
Really?
Oh my God! Everywhere, cornstarch colored people everywhere.
That's so awesome.
Colored cornstarch people, whatever you want to say.
Colored cornstarch.
And they were all like it was hysterical. Everywhere you go along, you see a whole bunch of people sitting there, all just covered in colors, and you're like, oh yeah, because they raised money for Rotary Fest by doing that.
Yeah,
so,
really awesome.
And then yesterday at Pride Fest, they were giving away popcorn and asking for donations. Free popcorn with donation. At one point, I got tapped on the shoulder and said, could someone come over to the collection box? We've got over $500 in cash in here.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
For Pride Fest.
Yay.
I know.
You've come a long way, baby.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
You
know what? There's an Uber driver. Now, Uber initially was like this huge phenomenon because it was so quick and so fast, and then they started having some public relations problems, as in sexual assault accusations, stuff like that. Well, now apparently there's a driver who has been suspended because he was actually taping his passengers and live streaming them without their permission.
What was he taping them doing?
Well, that's the thing. There's cursing, when you're in a cab, you've had a couple of drinks maybe, or maybe not.
Live streaming it?
Yes. So you don't know what's going to happen, right?
So he was turning it into an internet show. Mm-hmm. Oh, isn't there, it really is a show like that, but those people know that they're in a taxi.
Yeah.
This guy was doing it without their knowledge. That's kind of like Donald Trump and his lawyer, Mr. Cohen.
Yes. Yeah. Neither one of them know anything.
No, the taping thing.
Just ask him. Yeah.
I wonder, because it's in New York, it's legal. As long as one person knows they're being taped, it's okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's true in Ontario, the Uber drivers.
No.
You can't videotape somebody without their consent.
No, you can't, ever.
And live stream it?
How did
they find out? How did people find out?
I'm not sure.
Somebody was watching and went,
yeah. Hey, wait a minute.
You can't do that.
That's me. Yeah.
Is he's charged?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And imagine if you're in there with your girlfriend and you're married.
When you start talking about stuff that nobody knows about.
Right?
Wow.
Say I was the chief of police and said
something.
You know that Tim Murphy.
He might say that, but then he would be followed up with a nice comment.
Yes.
People always say, how are you? I say, well, let me check the paper. As long as I'm not in police feed or the obituaries, I'm fine.
We're still living. We're on the good side of the grass, so we're all doing good.
We have a nice guest this morning again, as always, the Bradford family. Now, Doug Bradford...
That sounds like a show.
The Bradford family was actually 8 is Enough was the name of the Bradfords.
Yeah. Oh, right. That's why that's familiar.
We have our very own, and they've got 30 is Enough.
Oh, my.
The Bradford family, Ken Bradford and Doug Bradford are brothers, and they're both artists. And they are the children of a woman named Louise, who was also an artist, and their mother inspired them. And they've carried on the tradition of painting and drawing and sketching, and so have about 28 of their offspring.
Wow,
from generation to generation.
really?
There are about 30 Bradford artists. So I was invited over to the house. And Cindy Hatt is their daughter. Cindy Bradford Hatt is home from British Columbia with her daughter and her son, who are also artists.
Of course.
And there's going to be a big Bradford family art exhibit. They did it 7 years ago, and they're doing it again at Mockingbird Farm with Farmer Bob, because those guys grew up with Farmer Bob. They're all friends. The history that they have in this city is brilliant. It's so fun and interesting, and they're great storytellers. So
awesome.
we did a whole half-hour interview with them, but we did a 10-minute segment for this show. for coming up on this morning's show.
Awesome.
To promote the art show at Mockingbird Farm. So, and then later on, Sue Ryamaki's checking in to tell us how things went with Pridefest, but mostly to take a look at all the events that are coming up over the next 7 days.
Right.
Because when they
Because
were...
it's not just one day.
No, it's 8 days now. So.
Yes.
So that's what I have coming in this morning.
Awesome.
And I think they're probably... So we'll run the Bradford Family interview, and when we come back from this commercial break, and then later on, we'll have Sue Ryamaki live in the studio. So stay with us. There's lots more to come on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim on this kind of gloomy Monday morning. On Friday, the weather was gorgeous, and I was invited over to the backyard of the Bradford brothers. Well, one of the brothers. I still don't know which one is which, but you'll find out in the interview. They have quite a legacy of artisans in their family, and they have a show coming up, Mockingbird Farm, on July 28th and 29th. That's Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Farmer Bob is hosting them. He's going to have his own version of live art with his gardens, and the Bradford family will have their art on display with some items available for sale. So take a look at this interview we did in the Bradford's backyard on Friday to prepare for the art show coming up this next weekend.
Doug's and your wife. Yep. Thanks for hosting us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Welcome to ONNtv.
There you go.
So, what's that, Cindy? You getting a message? Oh, I don't think it's me. Our cameraman's. Aaron, you're getting a call. Is it important?
No, not at all.
Okay. So we've got Doug Bradford. Which one do I do? Doug is here.
And Ken is here.
And this is Cindy, formerly Bradford, but now
Hat.
Hat.
Cindy Hat. Yep.
Cindy Hat. You're one of how many kids?
3.
Of yours?
Of Doug's.
Of Doug's.
Yes.
I can't keep all. How many Bradfords am I going to be meeting today?
A few.
A few.
A few for now.
Okay.
There'll be many more at the show.
So I know of the Bradfords because my Uncle Bob was an artist, and so I
Yes,
think
he
it was
was.
probably Ken
Good.
that I knew better.
Yeah.
Because now, and who's
Ken McDougall you're talking about, eh?
no Ken?
Not me, Ken Bradford, right?
Didn't I know you, Ken Bradford?
Yes, you
I
did.
knew Ken McDougall because
There
of
we
my
go.
Uncle Bob, but I also knew you
Yes.
because of my Uncle Bob
Yes.
too.
It's like we're interlaced somehow.
Somehow.
And the weaving has kind of gone here and
Well,
there.
it's Sault Ste. Marie. When you're an artist in Sault Ste. Marie, you know all the other
You
artists,
got
don't
it,
you?
man. Yeah,
That's true.
we do. Yeah.
And it's in your blood.
It is.
Starting from when?
Well,
Your mom,
our mother.
Grandma
Your
Louise.
My mother was a painter, and she liked to do artwork, and she also loved to play the piano, and she wrote a bit of music and
Did
stuff
she?
like that. And she's the one who really got us going in it. You know, both Doug and I took music lessons early in life. The trumpet we played, and our mother, she was a firecracker and wanted us to really go on, and she pushed us. And the same with the art stuff. She liked art and music, so that's what we ended up doing. My father was a pool shark, by the way. My grandfather owned Walter Bradford's Billiards. It was called Walter Bradford Tobacconist and Billiard Parlor. He was very, very religious fellow and a wonderful fellow. But if you swore in his pool hall, you were thrown out, never to be seen again. And he dressed. He was real tall. I take after my mother. Like, you know what I mean? My dad was tall like my grandfather, but I take after my mother, who was short. But my grandfather was real tall, and he was carried to the city dressed all in black with a black bowler hat, black shoes, high buckle shoes.
Oh.
And he died in the 60s. In the 60s, and he still was dressed in the 1890s or whatever.
No kidding.
Yeah.
He's still dressed that way?
Yeah, and never changed the thing. Never drove a car, nothing.
He came at the turn of the century, you
He
said?
came at the turn of the century.
And opened the billiard parlor within 10 years?
1900, he arrived here,
Yeah.
and he was a part of a barbershop quartet.
Ah.
Yeah.
He could sing. I
Oh.
never heard him sing.
Oh.
Barbershop.
There. Oh my good God!
See, it all comes together.
We didn't even plan that.
No, we didn't. It just so happened. But that belonged to who? Your brother?
My brother Jimmy set it up for me one night. He said, "Come on over to the house." I said, "Jimmy, it's 1 o'clock in the morning." "Oh, I got to tell you something." So I come out the back door and looking around. I looked up there, and He had snuck it in while I was away.
That was from your brother's barber shop, or what?
No, my brother Jimmy, young brother Jimmy, he's an electrician.
Oh,
And he found it
I
somewhere.
thought
My dad's a barber.
you're the barber.
I was a barber.
But this didn't come from your shop.
No,
No.
no, I don't know where he got
A
it.
barber and an artist.
Yes,
Yeah.
what a combination. Eh?
Yeah.
Did you start as a kid?
When I was younger,
He was a barber at the age of 3. No, you're talking about the art.
Well, yeah, the art. Remember, how far back can you remember the love and art?
oh, the art.
The
Yeah.
art.
That's when Mom started. We sat around the table and watched our mother sketch and paint.
Yeah.
It all just
So we
all
got-
rubbed off on us. Eh?
What neighborhood did you grow up in here in the Sault?
Oh, we lived a few places. We lived on First Avenue or Second Avenue?
I'll get to you in a minute there,
Second
Cindy.
Avenue.
I like
Second
listening.
Avenue.
Second
Oh, you live
Yeah.
West End.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then
really?
we moved to Wilson Street because, we moved to Wilson Street. We spent our young years there until high school years, and then we
Yeah.
moved to Morin Street. 341 Morin Street, and you
That's a
live
block over from
I know
where
that. I
I
live
live. On Bush
right
Street.
on the end,
That's
right near Bush Street. I live one house up from Bush
No
Street.
kidding. I'm gonna go buy your old house.
No, I got it wrong. One house up from, what's that?
St.
Lure.
George's Avenue.
St. George's. Oh, you were way down
St.
there.
George's. Yeah, we're way down at the end.
So wait a second. Did your mother exhibit art when she was?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
From what I remember, she entered a contest across Canada, a sketching contest, and she did a sketch of 3 nuns walking down the street, and she came in second
Yeah.
across Canada.
Across Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she came in second, and that's all I.
Wasn't she a big part of the Algoma Art
Yes,
Society
she,
too?
Yeah.
she was a
Founding member.
founding member or a very, very early member of the
Yeah.
Algoma Art Society.
Yeah.
And this is Louise Bradford,
Yes.
Yes.
your
My
mother.
Yeah.
Okay. Now your middle name is Louise,
Yes.
named after her.
Yes.
And then who's got a daughter, Louise?
Uncle Kenny.
I have.
And she's an author and an illustrator.
She's an author. She wrote
Wade.
Wiggly Antlers. It was a children's book, was published by a well-known
Kids
publisher.
Can Press.
Pardon?
Kids Can Press.
Kids Can Press?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hugely
the reason we're
successful.
here actually is to talk about an art show that's coming up
Right.
on July 28th.
28th
Okay.
and 29th.
We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the art show and about how many other Bradfords came down from Louise as descendants of Louise who are now currently artists. It's
Lots.
That
quite
poster
remarkable.
in there.
Stay with us. There's more Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim coming up right after this with the Bradford family. You've got beautiful flowers and gardens and everything, and they put. Wait till you see. You'll see later on some of the pictures that Aaron will take of all of this art display. Thank you for doing this for us. You put all this beautiful art out in your yard for us to do the interview, and then in the house is full of art.
Yep.
So you're going to be out Mockingbird Hill Farm,
Yep. We're there July 28th and 29th from 9 to 5.
9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and you're being hosted by Farmer Bob.
Yeah, we love Farmer Bob. He's a close family friend.
Is he? You've been
Yeah.
friends with Bob for a number of years.
Yeah, he lived on Morin Street, where we lived on.
Yep.
We lived on Morin Street, and he lived up the street on Morin Street.
Yeah.
And so you've
we
been
go back
since you were
along
kids.
with- Since we were kids.
No kidding.
And then all of us kids used to get
Yeah.
in trouble with his kids.
Did you? So now you have how many children of your
I
own?
have 2.
You have 2, and they are both artists as well.
Sadie and Kai, yes. Sadie's been drawing since she was 9 months old. Drawing and painting in her diapers. She
Come
would
on.
Yeah, she'd sit with me, I'd work, and then she would work. And
Done some really cool stuff on skateboards.
Yeah,
Using a
she's
skateboard
really-
as a canvas. So clever.
Yeah, she's really
She also.
creative.
What's the mask thing on the table?
She did, we spent the school year in Phoenix at the New School for the Arts and Academics. And she worked in ceramics, and she's got a red clay mask of an First Nations kid, and it's really beautiful.
It is beautiful. We'll get a shot of that
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
she's really brave.
So, and your son is also an artist?
He is, yeah. He's just starting out. He tends to watch Sadie do art, and if he has any school projects, he gets her to do them. He can do it, but
So how many children do you each have, the brothers now?
I have 3.
You have 3?
Sharon and
I have 3.
And are they all artists, all 3 of yours?
Two of them, except my boy and one of my daughters, our daughters passed away, and she was very good. She only did 1 or 2 paintings.
She's done a few.
And they'll be in the show.
Oh, those must be pretty special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my son-in-law has.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And you have 3 children of your own?
I have 3, yes.
You're one?
Nope.
No.
You
No,
belong to
they're
him.
not here.
Keep,
They're coming.
There's too many of
and
us.
there's
Get
more-
used to it.
and they're all coming to town.
Oh, yeah.
As many
Barely.
as possible. So Lisa is
Lisa's my daughter.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute, I know
She's
Lisa.
married to
Yeah.
She's married to Terry
Sheehan.
Sheehan, right.
Right.
Yeah.
She's my
Is
daughter.
Lisa an artist too?
she's a photographer.
She's a photographer.
She
She's
is
got some
so
photography
good.
here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we have some shots that she has of.
She's like a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
Just she's been doing it on her own, and I didn't know she was that
Yeah.
good.
Really? She snuck up on you.
There you go.
She's awesome. And then
Yeah.
Louise is a
Oh, Louise is the
My-
daughter who did the book, right?
Yeah,
a
I did the
writer.
book. She's a
Yeah.
writer, and now she's traveling around the world, writing and meeting people and this, and having a wonderful time.
yeah.
She
Yeah.
writes for the government. They say it's. I was going to tell a joke there, but I don't know.
Leave the joke to the professionals. You just keep painting.
That's
Now, what do you do? Do you paint? Do you sketch? What?
Well,
in what medium do you work?
I work in acrylics, watercolors, pastels, charcoal. I have some drawings. I have here life drawings. I do it with the underground group every Monday.
Those are yours over there.
Yeah.
Oh my
They're
gosh!
live drawings, and so I meet with the underground group. I used to. I'm going to start again. It's a wonderful organization. That, they come from all over to draw the human figure.
What about you? What?
All I do is a bit of sketching.
All
and
I do.
Yeah.
Watercolors, period. That's it.
Beautiful.
I only do watercolors.
And speaking of watercolors, and when we get out, when people come out to Farmer Bob's, he's going to sort of do his version of painting
True.
by his.
He said to me that the farm is like his canvas.
The farm is his canvas.
So he creates with the wildflower gardens and with all the log cabins, and he creates that environment of what the homestead was like. So that's his art. But yeah, so he's excited.
I mean, now we're gonna do a whole segment with you guys. This is just for our morning show to promote the art show. But I encourage our viewers to check out On Point when we're going to spend 25 minutes with the Bradford clan and talk a little bit, because it's great history.
Yeah,
You have tremendous history, and it's a remarkable story about how many. So, altogether, how many artists will be represented that are in the Bradford family? How many of you will have art represented there? Do you know a final number yet?
Final number. Well, the pieces are still coming in
Okay.
right now. So, but I would say anywhere from 20 to 30 artists are going to be represented.
Yeah.
And that's
So-
they're all descendants of the Bradford
Yes.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of my cousins
Yeah.
and now their children are all artists, and they range in age from like 2. You know, they're all coming up now.
And so they're all coming to town with their artwork, and it's all going to be out there at Mockingbird Hill Farm. 9, what'd you say?
9 to 5.
9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it's going to be displayed. This is your second time doing this with
Second
Farmer
time,
Bob. You
yeah.
did it 7 years ago.
It's fantastic.
So you had to do
This
it. It was
week-
so much fun.
Yeah, we have some work in the church, and then some in the little log cabins, and we may even have some on the grounds that people can stroll.
I guess that'll depend on the weather too.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
And then some are for sale, and some are not for sale. And I think most of us are available for commissions if people want.
wow.
So we're pretty easygoing, whatever people are looking for. The last time we did it was really successful.
Well, I hope it's successful again this
Me
year. So
too.
check it out. Farmer Bob, Mockingbird Hill Farm, hosting the Bradford family.
There you go.
Up to about 30 artists on display for your pleasure and also for available for purchase. So what a great way to spend a weekend. Thank you so much for
Thank
inviting
you.
us
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you
It's
very
been
much.
a pleasure
Very much.
talking
So much
with
fun.
you, and we'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim after this commercial break. Hi,
Oh,
we're
my.
back live.
Live.
This is live.
He's still getting used to the live part of that?
I was watching that Bradford Family interview and I cracked myself up because when I ask people things, I'm always curious about, so where'd you grow up? Like what neighborhood? Where'd you go to school?
Yeah.
So I'm watching that interview going, it's supposed to be about the art show, and I spent 5 minutes finding out where their house was. I lived on Morin.
Which has nothing to do with where the art show is or the fact
they're
they're...
Morin. Oh, closer to St. George's. Okay, carry on with your story. Like, what is that? I'm just a busybody.
You know what? That's why you're good at this job, because you're Snoopy.
And you're Lucy.
Yes, I am. I'm Lucy.
If I'm Snoopy, you're Lucy.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going any further with that one. Do you like chocolate bars?
I love chocolate bars. Keith does not like chocolate bars.
What?
Chocolate
Keith
hurts his teeth.
hurts his teeth?
He used teeth bleach, and now his teeth are super sensitive. And chocolate bars hurt his teeth, so whenever he gets, if anybody ever wants to give chocolate, give it to Keith, because I get it.
Awesome.
Would you like chocolate?
I love chocolate. Dark chocolate with really salty peanuts beside. Maybe just like, every 3 weeks or so, but man, I will ram a whole bar like that big.
I like the berries that are covered in chocolate you get at Costco in the big bags.
Yes. Are they fresh?
What do you mean?
Well, some of them are like if they
No,
sit...
they're like a...
Oh, they're not in a bin.
No, they're in a Ziploc bag, and it's
gotcha.
called there's a name, but I forget what they're called. And they're
right.
like, no, not just blueberries, there's other things.
Yes.
Agave.
Agave.
That's the one.
And cranberries?
Yeah, no, not those.
No?
And not cranberries and chocolate, I don't think.
Oh, yeah, they're yummy.
Really?
Oh, cha.
So why'd you ask me this in the first place?
Because O. Henry is putting out a brand new chocolate bar, but only in Canada.
Only in Canada, you say?
Only in
Pity.
Canada, eh?
What?
Because...
Where? He says, here it comes. There it is.
It's going to be the O. Henry 425 because...
As opposed to the O. Henry 420, which has marijuana in it.
Yes.
It's already out, you can buy it.
Oh, Will says it's already out. We can buy it right now.
What is
and
it?
it's double everything inside in case you get the munchies.
Why is it called 425?
It's specifically designed.
It's specifically designed what?
For the intense hunger after 420.
The intense hunger after 420.
Are you kidding me?
425 is like 5 minutes
So 5 minutes after 420
You need a
blazes,
chocolate
you
bar.
want a snack, and so
Yeah.
you eat the 420. It's got double everything.
Double everything
And
in
that's
there.
in it's
Only
already
in
available.
Canada.
They should have waited and launched that in October when recreational marijuana becomes legal.
Yeah.
That would have been a
you
good
could,
launch.
Or you could decide how much you like them and try them now.
You don't have to be high to eat a 425.
No, you don't have to be.
I just came up with their jingle for them. Don't gotta be high to enjoy 25. No.
Now we're going to get free samples.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh, Henry.
Mike in the control room says, now we're getting free samples. Yay.
You heard that voice too?
I do.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah, you are the only one. You really are the only one. Who's coming up to visit?
Sue Ryamaki is Sue Ryamaki is a chair. She's in a chair right there.
She's in a chair.
She is the chair of Sue Pride, and she helped organize Pridefest. We had her on the show on last week.
You know what? I had no idea Pridefest went for like a full 8 days.
Well,
so that is so awesome.
This is only the second year we've gone for a full week, right, Sue? I think. Third year we've
Third
gone
year.
for a full week?
What do you know?
Nothing. Except I know that it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff that Sue's going to talk about coming up this week.
Cool.
So we'll discuss that when we come back.
And we're going to come back right after this commercial break. Stay tuned. We're so happy you're with us this morning on Mornings with Luann and Tim.
Sue Ryamaki joining us live in the studio live. You made it.
I made it this morning. I can't believe it.
You survived the weekend.
I survived the weekend.
You didn't stop from, Friday afternoon?
Friday afternoon, after I left work, I went down because we were in the Rotary Day Parade, and we had our float. So we decorated Friday night until probably 10 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then
Saturday
Saturday morning, we woke up at the crack of crazy. Right, to get ready for the parade.
And that was pandemonium, but it was organized chaos.
It was indeed.
And then we're all standing there getting ready for the judging. Every time the judge's car passed by, we're like, here come the judges. And we all start dancing.
We were
and
just awake.
all those balloons.
Yeah,
those balloons.
The firework balloons, yeah, that was...
Who blew those up?
All the volunteers on Friday.
With air?
No, we have
Yeah.
those, yeah. We have the pumps.
So many balloons.
There was a lot of balloons.
And the heart-shaped balloon on the actual float.
Absolutely, yeah, that was courtesy of Jeremy.
And then they show up, then the judge's car pulls up after circling back and forth. They check all the things. They pull up and they slow down, and I'm standing on the float going, what?
I know.
What? And then he opens the door, and then they open the trunk of the car, and they take out the sign, first place, best community entry.
Yeah, I know, it was crazy. We were like, that energized
I kind of
us.
cried a little bit.
I cried.
To be honest.
I cried.
I didn't even help really. I took it apart. I didn't help build it. You guys did an amazing job.
Oh, but you were on the float, and it was fantastic.
Danced.
Oh yeah,
I
we had a
danced
great
all
time.
the way down Queen Street.
And it was great to see everybody
The support, screaming and clapping, and
engaging with us.
and little kids waving, and and we gave them little. What were you giving them? Sugar highs. What?
We were giving them pixie sticks.
Pixie sticks with a little pixie dust.
Little pixie dust.
So then we had that was on the Rotary Parade. Never
That was on
mind.
the
That
Rotary.
was just part one.
Part one.
Then you have to finish the Rotary Parade, and you had to get ready for
the launch of Pridefest on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. We were at City Hall.
So once again, you're up with the crack of crazy.
Crack it crazy. Crack it crazy, you're up.
What a time that was.
Wasn't that incredible,
The
Tim?
presence of the police and with the mayor's speech. Christian's speech.
Absolutely, it was
Again, I
incredible.
cried. Your speech.
Oh, you just...
How long did it take you to write, honey? That was amazing. It was 4 pages long.
It
I
was four-
watching. It's like, look at her go.
Yeah, it was 4 pages long. It takes me a couple of weeks, and I get...
To write that?
To write that, because I just want to make sure I get all my thoughts.
So eloquent.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, okay, that was just like the beginning.
That flag raising was phenomenal, I have to say.
And then the walk down.
Yeah, the walk, and the presence.
We went longer this time. We took a different route and went down Bay Street.
Right down Bay Street.
All those people coming out on their balconies, waving, cars honking as we walked.
It was incredible.
Over 100 people in that in the march.
I think 150 people we kind of counted.
And then we were a little bit early.
We were, and I apologize for
Oh
that.
yeah, you wanted to address that.
Yeah,
eh?
I did want to address that because
You go ahead.
we kind of had some timing issues, and we left City Hall a little bit too early, and we forgot some people because we had said that it was going to start at 11:30, and we started probably about a half hour early. So my apologies for that. It was totally on our timing that it kind of was crazy, and so next year you can be guaranteed that we will be more on time because
We'll stick more to the schedule. Sometimes you get all excited.
You do, and we had the dignitaries scheduled, but some of them gave their regrets.
Oh, so we had more time scheduled for speeches, but we didn't. So it didn't take quite as long at the podium as you anticipated.
Exactly, yes.
So the people who showed up late, some of them all waited and came together and walked together later on.
Yeah, I had heard that. Yeah, and that's wonderful.
Yeah, it was. It was nice of them to.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think everybody kind of understood that stuff kind of happens sometimes. And then once we got to the bush plane, and Loud and Proud kicked off.
Yes.
Oh, what a party that was!
It was a whole entire party from 12 to 4 all afternoon.
I couldn't believe the attendance again.
Again.
And it was allies, more allies than anything. It was just friends and family and the youth that came out to show their support.
The youth, amazing amount of youth.
And what's cool is that it's a family event.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome. And it felt like it was just everybody from the community was there. And now when I mean community, I mean not the LGBTQ plus community.
No.
This was just like families and friends and young people coming out to party with us.
The community of Sault Ste. Marie.
Watch the shows, listen to the music, see the cultural dancing. We had, who's that? Who was that guy that did the dancing like in the Voyageur thing?
That was Warren McFadden.
Warren McFadden dancing out there all in wool.
Yes, in wool, in the hot heat yesterday.
And then the drag queens in their full garb under the blazing sun.
I know, they're just professionals, every single one of them.
And it was a huge success.
Huge success.
And now we're into the week's events.
Yes.
When we come back from our commercial break, we're going to start talking about what we have lined up over the next 7 days now. All right?
Yes, thanks.
All right, so stay with us. More from Sue Ryan Mackey and Pridefest, Sue Pride. And that's SAULT, not SUE. Although there is a lot of SUE pride here, too. Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim right after this message. Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim and Sue Ryamaki on Monday, July 23rd. So what's on the agenda for Sue Pride for today, for Pridefest?
Well, the nice thing is we didn't have to wake up the crack of crazy to do anything for, for Pridefest. But this evening we have partnered with our wonderful friends and allies at Amore for Your Pleasure.
Amore for Your Pleasure.
Yeah, and they are putting on a fashion show. It's called Show Your Pride.
Uh-huh.
It starts at 7:30. They're located at 330 Cora Road.
Which is the corner of Cora Road and Douglas.
Which is the old Bank of Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now it's an erotic, exotic lingerie, and if you want a healthy sex life, check out Amore for Your Pleasure. They've
Absolutely,
got it all going on, no matter who you are or what you like.
And that starts at 7:30, and it's for 18 plus.
Oh, so it's an over 18 fashion show.
Yes.
You know what they usually do too, if I'm not mistaken? They usually have like little refreshments and some snacky things.
She does have some refreshments and snacky things, as well as some goodie bags that you can pick up there while you're there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And it's always a lot of fun to see what the fashions are like.
Absolutely.
And they have fashions for everybody, lingerie and fashions for the tiniest little people, right up to like triple X's and plus sizes,
big beautiful women,
big and beautiful.
Absolutely, yeah. So they really accommodate it all, and they've been our partners since the get-go of Pridefest.
They're always very supportive. Galen and her partner Kelly, and Galen's mother, Betsy McKenzie.
Bets is the one, the bean.
Betsy McKenzie.
She's the bean.
Betsy.
Yeah.
Oh, Betsy.
Bets. She was wonderful and like
super
right
supportive.
From the
okay, so the fashion show's tonight at 7:30, and that's on Cora Road at the corner of Douglas.
Yeah, absolutely. Starts at 7:30.
Amore for Your Pleasure.
Yeah.
What's on Tuesday?
And then Tuesday we have a workshop called Where Do I Belong? At Algoma University. The facilitators for that, we have Vincent Bolt coming from TG In Ourselves in Sudbury.
What's it called?
TG In Ourselves. Inner Selves.
Oh, okay. He's a motivational speaker kind of thing, or what?
No, it's a trans group in Sudbury.
Oh,
and Vincent's coming to talk. A portion of the workshop is dedicated towards a trans-inclusive community.
Okay.
The portion of the workshop is to talk about what a queer youth inclusive community looks like.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get up and talk about LGBTQ seniors and the struggles that are faced by them when they might have to go to a long-term facility home.
All right.
Yeah.
Very interesting subject matter.
Yeah, and it's
where's that at Algoma?
Algoma U Shinwalk Hall.
Yes.
Third floor of the main building.
Okay.
Free parking.
Free parking.
Yeah.
Oh, in the evenings the game.
Yeah, and it starts at 6 o'clock, and it'll be like little munchy
6 p.m. at Algoma U.
Yeah.
So Shinwalk Hall, third floor.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So that's.
Is it free?
It's free.
Everything is free?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Amore's free. This is free.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Very informative too.
Yeah.
What's going on Wednesday?
Wednesday we partnered with Lop Lops.
Yay,
Stephen Alexander.
He's
again another great supporter since the get-go.
Right, the get-go.
We have family time karaoke.
What?
Family time karaoke.
On Wednesday at Lop Lops?
Wednesday at Lop Lops.
All ages?
All ages. Starts at 6 p.m. Free.
Oh, I know what I'm doing Wednesday.
Free family time karaoke. I'm going to even get up and sing. I'm hoping I have this baritone voice.
Don't scare people off, Sue.
I'm hoping I have this baritone voice.
Whatever you do, don't invite Luann.
Okay, Luann, you and I are going to go and sing.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, that's enough to turn me straight. Now what's going on next on Thursday? So what time? 6 to 9 p.m.
Yes,
at Lop Lops.
Yeah, and that's free, and that's an all ages event. So bring out your kids. Last year it was a great event. We wanted to keep it on because it was such a success, and we heard great feedback from it.
Okay.
Thursday, our partners at Algoma Public Health have partnered with us right from the get-go.
Yes.
We have the STI testing clinic.
Oh, good.
Which is anonymous.
We have the highest rates. We have some of the highest rates of STIs in our community, so it's a great idea to get yourself tested because a lot of STIs are what do you call that? They don't have any. Non-symptomatic.
Non-symptomatic.
You
exactly.
can have like 75% of guys have chlamydia, don't even know it.
Yeah,
Something like that.
And the thing is, it's anonymous. It goes from 4 to 8 at APH.
Yeah.
Which is on 294 Willow Avenue. And then you don't even need a health card to get that testing done. You can show up and get that done.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we also have on Thursday going on at Shabby Motley, which is wonderful safe space partner for us.
Yes.
We have our coffee night going on from 7 to 9.
On Thursday evening.
On Thursday evening.
79. Oh my gosh, there's so much information.
Yeah.
Do you have a website?
We don't have a website
You have
right
a
now.
Facebook page?
We have a Facebook page.
What's it called?
Sioux Pride Community.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's everything up until Friday.
That's everything up until Friday.
Okay, we're running out of time, so quickly tell me, and you're going to come back on Friday and promote the weekend, but
Yeah.
tell me quickly Friday night, what's going on?
Friday night we have the drag show at Primavera Banquet Hall on Wellington Street.
$10 in advance, 15 at the door.
Yeah.
That's just before the underpass.
Yeah.
What's that afternoon? Is that Teddy Surratt?
That's Teddy Surratt, a two-spirit workshop with Teddy Surratt and Kim Pelche at Algomayu.
Oh, Kim.
Yes.
Okay, brilliant.
Yes.
And then Saturday night,
We have a dance at Shooter's Bar.
downstairs under Grand Gardens on
Yeah.
Dennis Street.
Yeah.
What time is the dance?
It starts at 9. No cover.
No cover.
No cover.
And the DJ's probably going to be Ryan Byrne playing all the
Yeah,
great
oh,
tunes.
yeah, yeah.
And then we wrap everything up Sunday.
With a rainbow brunch upstairs at the Grand Gardens. Advance tickets only, unfortunately, for this.
They need to know how much they're cooking
Yeah,
for.
exactly. So $15 advance tickets. TD Bank, Cambrian Mall, Amore, and Shabby Motley.
We'll cover all that weekend again when you come in on Friday. We got to
Wonderful.
get going because we got to bring Luann. Apparently, Luann has to come back to say
Oh,
goodbye.
yeah.
So, Sue Ryamaki, thanks for
Yes,
being here.
thank
Happy
you.
Pride, everybody. We'll be back after this. Mornings with Luann and Tim. Stay
Yeah.
with us. So, Luann, you want to come to Lop Lops on Wednesday and
Yes.
sing karaoke with me?
And I'll sing with Sue.
Okay. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
For no one. No, really, come on.
not that bad.
I would love it if you would come to if you come with me. It could be Luann and Tim doing our first duet
Yeah.
at the Pride Party at Lop Lops. With all no chance, eh?
No.
Okay.
I have never been that drunk.
Have you been?
Honestly.
Have you been
I
to a
was
drag
doo-wop
show?
girl.
Have been to a drag? Oh yeah.
No.
Well, you saw me do Joan Rivers, but you
Yes,
should. Okay,
yeah.
then you should come to the show on Friday night at Primavera.
Sounds like awesome
We can sit in
time.
the audience, you and me and Keith,
Yeah.
and bring
Yeah.
Jim.
Oh yeah, he'd love that.
You know what? Because drag shows are fun for
Yeah,
everyone.
they're just hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
amazing to me how they get into character.
Yeah, how they get
And
into
the
their
makeup
outfits.
and oh my gosh, all of
Yeah,
that.
and I told you how they didn't sweat the other day. They sprayed
Yes.
sprayed their face with hairspray, so they didn't.
See,
Their
now
makeup
they
didn't
have
sweat.
like makeup setting sprays now that
Oh, do
they've
they?
invented, eh?
Well, they learned it from Michelle DuBarry, who is the oldest living working drag queen. He's a friend of mine in Toronto.
Really?
Anyway, yeah, all the drag tips. You want to know anything about makeup? Don't ask her, ask me. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great Monday. We'll see you Tuesday on Mornings with Luann and Tim. And I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. Do you?
No, I have no clue.
You'll have to tune in.
I'll
and
be
find
here
out.
though.
Oh, me too. We'll see you then.
Have a good one.